Despite the immense spending power of Black consumers in the 60 billion beauty industry, Black-owned brands make up only 2.5% of revenue, which amounts to roughly more than $1 billion. This is despite Black consumers being responsible for 11.1% of total beauty spendings, roughly $9 billion on beauty products in 2023. That, according to the McKinsey & Company report. This stark contrast highlights a significant gap. While Black consumers are driving beauty sales, they are often underserved by a market that is slow to reflect their needs and desires. In fact, Black consumers are 3 times more likely to be dissatisfied with their options for hair care, skin care, and makeup compared to non-Black consumers. Welcome to Our Voices. Today, we're diving into the world of Black beauty cosmetics with my co-host, Oriane Tangishaka and Simine Shiekoye. Black
Hello.
Cosmetic. Hello, ladies.
Yes. Yes.
So let's dive in. What's your experience when it comes to, cosmetic? How do you feel? Are you being served?
Well, I have to be honest, and I'm going to say that I'm not skilled at all at applying makeups on myself or anybody else. And I also don't necessarily like the feeling of it on myself. So for years, have stayed away from it. But of course, now I'm on TV, so I have to do the basics. So I would say I've learned to know what the basics are, but I still struggle with finding what's the right, the right product for my skin tone. What comes first, the order of the products. And
so many of them.
Exactly, and which are the best products, like what is good for my skin and what is bad for my skin. So I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I do my best. The business that we're in, we're so pressured to look flawless every single time we come on camera, although our skin is already flawless. But I was so happy, we have here at VOA, we have, people who help us in that department. Yeah. And they can even teach us. But I was happy a few years ago when I actually found a color that works, so I just stuck with that. I stuck with it and I learned to do it myself. And like Lily said, Simonish says, I worry a lot about the health of my skin. Because, the more, anything you put on your skin, obviously, if it's not helping to nourish it, it's probably hurting it, right? Yeah. So I'm looking forward today to learning, what I can do better, the different layers that we have to do to protect it, so that, it can stay healthy despite the things that we put on it.
Yeah, because there's definitely, a side of beauty, but there's also a side of health,
Yes.
Skin is our biggest organ, so we can't just put anything. Well, I have to say I'm fairly satisfied. I feel like there is product now more available, but not so much that respond or answer every needs of Black skin. Our skin, when it's dry, it's ashy and you can see it.
Yes.
So I don't even
put about ashy skin.
No. So I don't even put lotion because I feel like it's not for Black skin. What is for Black skin is oil and butter. It makes our skin look glowy, radiant. And that it's not, very much available. It's all about lotion, and I do feel like lotion is not for our skin. I work in skincare, and one thing that they tell you is skin is skin, there's no Black skin, there's no such skin. White skin is skin. Well, however, I do feel like, melanin is different. We have more melanin, we age, slower. So there is a difference. That's how I feel. Yeah. So I'm fairly satisfied, but I think more needs to be done.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Well, RMB, which stands for Reveal My Beauty, was founded in 2004 by Dr. Kate Kume, a Cameroonian doctor who, frustrated by the lack of makeup options that matched African skin tones, developed products specifically for Black women. Dr. Kume also took into account the challenges posed by tropical climates, ensuring the products were suited for both the skin tones and environmental factors of African women. Let's take a look at Dr. Kume's story.
Cameroonian makeup artist and model Njiki Mary says she struggled for years to find makeup that suited her skin until she discovered a local brand. R&B Ebo was created for dark-skinned women who have long felt neglected by a beauty industry that critics say is lacking in diversity.
I love the fact that it's non-archy, the finish, because sometimes we use products from outside and they have ashy finish because our skin, the skin tone of whites are not the same like ours. So I think it has this radiant, vibrant colors that I really love, that you could use to do day makeup, to glam, to artistic, to beautiful, fantastic makeups and the rest.
RMB, an acronym for Reveal My Beauty, and Ibo, a vernacular term meaning beauty, was founded in 2004 by Dr. Kate Kume, a Cameroonian doctor who decided to put the knowledge she had gained studying medicine to give African women a variety of choice in makeup and skincare. Dr. Kume says RMB does not only match skin types, it also considers the weather.
We're talking of a tropical climate. Things, climate, if you go to Europe and you look at the climate, it's generally not the same like here. So some products will be good for that region and they're not necessarily good for this region. And again, the skin tones, you might find there are so many shades of black. And when the brand is made for basically for all skin types, generally you might not have a wide range, of colors that would fit African women.
The products are manufactured in the U.S. following formulas created by Dr. Kume, then shipped to Cameroon. RMB is popular at many of Cameroon's public events, including Miss Cameroon, but it was not easy to convince women that a local brand is just as good and maybe better.
When we started at the beginning, the first thing was, oh, it's Cameroonian. And then I would rather buy some other brand because it's a brand name and it's from somewhere else. It doesn't matter where it's from. It doesn't even matter about the quality. But bit by bit, I think our strategy was a very good one. We got people to see the results of the makeup. We constantly made sure that in the face of the public, they were seeing exactly the capacity, how good our products were, how long they were lasting.
Dr. Kate Kume also runs a training program for people to learn how to do their own makeup or to do it professionally for others. 34-year-old Jean Mazi has been training at R&B for 3 months.
I have noticed that whenever I make up a lady during my training, I see the layer of the makeup products matching perfectly well on the skin. It's a perfect fit for African women and for the black skin. So I'm very comfortable getting trained here, and I'm sure I will turn out to be a professional makeup artist after my course.
In the professional makeup class, you're training young ladies, young men who are going to become professional makeup artists. The school is one of the areas I'm very passionate about because I love teaching. You see, the interesting thing about life is you can achieve so many things alone, but the best achievement is passing on your knowledge to others. And that's what we do here at the Ibao Academy.
RMB products are available online and in stores in Cameroon's 2 main cities of Yaoundé and Douala.
Thank you for this report. Now for some more insights, we're thrilled to welcome Miss Irene Dele-Adejumo, founder of Omolewa Cosmetics, a brand dedicated to empowering women of color with red carpet, ready makeup for everyday wear. Thank you, Miss Irene, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Look at you. Pigment.
Teach us how to do that. Those
Yes.
eyes.
I know.
Oh, so this eye is it's actually just one color.
Really?
Just swatch it on and you're good.
Nice.
Yes.
You look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you all for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Of course. So walk us into, your journey. You was first a makeup artist and then you decided to come up with your own line.
Yes.
Why is that?
So I started as a makeup artist, and as an artist, I always struggled to find like the perfect shade for women who were my skin tone and even darker. And at some point, I just got tired of just like blending things. Sometimes it was even hard for me to find contour shades for women who are like 2, 3 shades. I will go out of my way to use eyeliners to give them that, you know, contouring look. So it was a challenge, and just from mixing things, you know, from different brands, and I knew what I wanted. I also wanted makeup that looked and feel like skin, that didn't look ashy, that didn't have like orange or red undertone on our skin, you know, like our melanin skin needs, like, you know, something smooth, something beautiful. So that's why I started my line. I also noticed that as an artist, whenever women sat in my chair, I have this gift where, you know, we just have conversations and they would tell me what they're going through, and for some reason I have an idea or something with their businesses, whatever, and I always felt like they left empowered and they were ready to make a move. So if it was like a business idea that they were scared to do, you know, they are ready to like take the next step. So I wanted to create a cosmetic line that would look so great on our skin tone and also empower women of color to achieve their dreams.
Oh, wow. Well, that's beautiful. I mean, we can see it on you already.
Thank you.
Well, let's take a moment here and hear from women in Nairobi, Kenya, about their makeup journeys. Here is what Devota Patricia, Sheila Margaret, Faith Kasamani, and Esther Muakili had to say in our Your Voice segment.
When you are buying your product, you have to consider 4 things, like your type of your skin, the quality of product, that I mean the original one, and where do you get that product? Because people are selling products, but they are not original, they are fake. The other one, sometimes the product can tell you, you can buy a cheap one, but can cost you.
First, when I'm going to cosmetic to do or to choose what to make, I do consider my forehead. You know, it's something that affects a lot. I can't just go there and plate something that doesn't vibe with my forehead. So I always consider something that will make it mutual for both the forehead and my style. Another thing, I always look at my skin color. I can't just go there abruptly and pick green and my color doesn't vibe with green. That's a hell no. And you just must have to be, I also consider length. You make something, you look smart, either casual or official. You should always be ready, like not only measuring on casual. You being a baddie, you never know what can come next.
First of all, I consider the quality, because I have to use the good qualities so that they cannot backfire on my body. Then the price, yeah, but if it's expensive and it's good quality, I'll choose it, other than going for the cheaper thing that will backfire.
The brand is so cause I've been in this industry from 2015 till now, and what I have seen many cases, like when it comes to brand, they give good quality products. Example, like I've said, Superstay Cosmetics and also Revlon, they have good products. They never disappoint.
Well, that was inspiring. Irene, now we'd like to hear from you. So what were some of the biggest challenges you faced when you started the Omolewa Cosmetics, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, so first of all, finding like the right manufacturer to create the product that I want was a challenge. I remember the first manufacturer that I found, you know, being a small business in the industry and facing all these giant, you know, brands. I started with mineral cosmetics, and then minerals were like, you know, everybody wanted to have mineral makeup and stuff. But while that was what women wanted, like I think like the talc and all these things in there was not matching our skin tone. It was making it look very ashy. So finally, you know, just running through different manufacturers, I found a manufacturer that's helped me create a water-based makeup line. And you know, sometimes most brands have like oil-based makeup, and those type of products can clog your pores. but oil, water-based, look and feel like skin. So I was able to like overcome that, and I wanted to do like a good shade range. You know, these big brands make it seem like it's so hard to create these dark skin tones. It can be a challenge, but if you really want to do it, you go for it. My manufacturers and I, we go back and forth until I find like the right skin tone and the right undertone for women of color. We are not moving forward with any products.
That's something new I learned about the water-based, you know?
Now I'm going to be saying, hey, give me a water-based.
I know, but how did you get there? Was it trial and error or?
It was trial and error. I also took like cosmetic science courses to understand. I mean, I know that I didn't have the capacity to be in a lab and do all the mixing myself, but I took a couple of cosmetic science classes to kind of understand a few things, and also worked under, you know, makeup brands, well, not makeup brands, like manufacturers to see what is good for our skin tone. But being a makeup artist also helped me as well.
And that's good that you have that experience, because you're not just coming up with the look, but you're also looking at the actual substance.
Yes.
But I want to take you back to the actual journey of how you got into this, and you know how you understood beauty, right? How was that journey for you, and how did you come to understand what beauty is for women, especially women of color?
So I've always loved makeup. I was that girl in high school that I used to buy expensive makeup. Like people are spending their money on shoes and stuff. I'm going to like the department store to find myself, you know, so I'll buy expensive makeup. I will volunteer myself to do people's makeup during fashion shows and stuff, you know. I get excited about that. Like my face was always beat. But once my parents started allowing me to wear makeup, you know, my face. So I've always loved beauty. And it just grew more. I got more excited. But being an artist also kind of helped me to know that, you know, there are different skin tones. You know, we can look like we have the skin type, you know, but your undertone might be different. So just learning that, and then also what actually looked good and pop on women of color. Because sometimes the makeup that they had out there was like, you know, cakey and too thick. But we don't need cakey. We still want to look like skin.
Less is more.
Yes, less is more. And for my products, you can actually do like a full beat. Like I have on different layers, but it still look like my skin, and that's what we want.
Very nice.
I mean, I'm already taking notes, and we're definitely going to continue this conversation. But it's now time for a short break. Coming up, we will see Jeannie's makeup transformed by Irene and her stunning line of cosmetics. We also want to hear from you about your makeup journey. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at VOA Africa. Use the hashtag VOA Our Voices. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
You're watching VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Thank you so much for joining us each week right here on Red Carpet. We bring you the latest in
health, wellness, sport, beauty, medical breakthroughs. Healthy Living cares about your well-being. What are the main health concerns in Africa and around the world? Find out the latest on coronavirus. Connect with our experts and ask them questions.
How long does the virus stay?
Join me, Linor Mudu, in Washington, every week on Healthy Living, right here on VOA.
Welcome back to Our Voices. Today we're talking about cosmetics for women of color with the talented Irene Dele-Adejumo, founder of Omolewa Cosmetics. Irene, we are ready for you to do a serious transformation. Walk us through what you're going to do, Irene.
Yeah, so When it comes to makeup, it's not just about foundation, okay? I believe in you doing like prepping and priming if you want your makeup to last all day. So I already went in and I sprayed her face with a hydration spray, because regardless of if you have oily skin or not, you still want your skin done and more hydrated. And this hydration spray has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, so it's already getting your skin ready. The next thing that I'm gonna put on her skin is a primer. What a primer does is it blends, it lays on the skin, and it allows the makeup to lay on and last throughout the whole day.
So this is despite the color of your skin?
This is despite the color of your skin. It's good to prep and prime. You know, just like when you're painting, you want to prime first. You know, with everything in life, you want to prep and prime first before you...
Yes, my consultant, well, my makeup consultant said, it's a crime not to prime.
Yeah, I love that, you see?
Because you got to protect the skin.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And this is a hydrating primer. And if you have oily skin, you know, you can put on our mattifier to matte your skin, but I feel like you're good right now. So I'm just gonna go in with our foundation. This is the shade. This foundation is weightless skin. It feels like your second skin. It blends
So when
in
it
so
comes
well.
to foundation, the color of your skin matters, right? So
Yes.
how do you identify, what do you need to do to know which color matches you?
Right, so I have 31 shades of foundation in my brand. Wow. And like I said, I cater to everyone, but my main focus is women of color. But the foundation needs to match your neck and your under eye also. You can, if you want to brighten your under eye, some of us, we have like a lighter, you know, chest.
Yes.
So you can brighten your under eyes with something to match your chest as well.
I see.
But first things first, you want to make sure that it's matching your neck. That way you don't have to put makeup on your neck.
Yeah.
Right? See, this is like a perfect, it's like, it looks like skin, and that's what we want.
Yeah,
You know,
very
it's
much.
water-based and it looks and feel.
So
like
what
skin.
about like moisturizer and, you know, sunscreen? Do you need to
it's-
apply those things?
It's very, very important to do that, to have a good moisturizer that's good for your skin type, and then also going in with a sunscreen right before your makeup. Sunscreen is good for our skin, period.
What about for hot weather? Do you have makeup for different weather? We talked about tropical weathers, you know, especially on the continent.
Yes.
So there are specific
That's
ones
a
for
great
them.
question. That's why I started my business, okay? I was just tired of seeing women taking hours to put on their makeup and then next minute it's melting, right? So I specify on smudge proof and all day wear makeup. So I have something called smudge proof system, which involves our primer, our mattifier, and a setting spray. This setting spray right here makes your makeup waterproof and makes it sweat proof. So even when you're sweating, you feel it on your skin, but your makeup is not gonna melt.
Okay, so you can go in the pool with it?
Yeah. Yes, you can go in the pool with it.
Oh,
I have
wow.
shoots of me, you know, wearing it while I'm in Maldives in the pool, and my makeup is still on point.
Nice. Wow. That's magical. Like
I know.
Yes.
To be able to swim with your makeup
Yeah,
and
some
then
of
come out
these
the same way.
influencers, they do. They jump in the pool, they come out, and they still look flawless, and you wonder
Now
why.
I know the secret.
How did you do that? The
And
makeup.
then-
It's all in the makeup.
So what I'm doing right now is I am putting a concealer, which is our cover cream, under her eye to lift up the eyes and blend in smoothly. And when it comes to makeup, sometimes people just go in with just foundation and liquid, but everything that is liquid needs to be set.
Where can we find?
It needs to be set.
Where can we find all this goodness?
Oh, it's omolewamakeup.com. We're also getting ready to open our retail shop here in Bethesda, Maryland.
What about on the continent?
On the continent, you can find them in Ghana and Nigeria. We're still working our way in.
In stores?
In stores, yes, in a few stores.
Okay.
When we first started, we focused on the African market, but a few years ago, we decided to also focus on the U.S. market. But we are making our way back to the continent to have it available, to have it easily available.
How did the African market welcome your product? Because we saw in the Vox Pop, you know, some people, they like name brand. They don't give a chance to, you know, upcoming.
It was interesting, actually. When I first started, you know, like you said, people they didn't recognize the name. But once they tested the skin, they tested the product on their skin, it felt different for them. It felt really good. I also had Jackie Appiah as my brand ambassador, and I worked with a few other people who loved the product, and because of that, it helped, you know, the brand. We also, and especially in Ghana, we work with a lot of TV stations, and their anchors use our products. So people could tell the look and feel of the product. So
nice.
that worked in terms of like marketing-wise, it helped with the African
So what's
market.
next now?
What is next? So right now, I have set her under eye with a powder, a setting powder, and I'm gonna set her entire face as well. This is very simple steps. I'm gonna set entire face because not only do we want to just put on liquid and creams, we also want to set it so that it can lock the makeup in place and stay throughout the whole day.
You talked about water earlier. Is there other things that makes good product, quality makeup? What sets you apart?
So for me, my foundation is water-based. We also make sure that we infuse our products with vitamins and things that are great for your skin tone. So our foundations have vitamin A, C, and E. Our setting sprays have niacinamide, rose water extract. It has hyaluronic acid. So not only does these products make you feel good or look good, it also helps your skin as you use them.
That's very good. It's very important for me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Why is it important to make sure these products are, you know, healthy? Like, if I use any product, you know, what is the consequence? On the
Sorry,
skin?
I didn't understand the question.
For the skin, like, why do we have to care about the type of products we use? Does makeup, you know, can it hurt your skin?
It depends, yes. You need to make sure that, you know, you're reading the ingredients. You want to make sure that our products are free of parabens and, you know, all these other toxic stuff. In fact, we go out of our way to add good things to the product so that it's also helping with your melanin. So I'm going to go in here and spray, and this will lock.
Ooh, look at you. Look at me. So this is where we wrap up today's show. We'd like to thank our guest, Irene Dele-Adejumo, for adding her glamorous touch to our program with her line, Omolewa Cosmetics. Be sure to go to VOA website at voaafrica.com and our YouTube channel to catch up on the latest episode of Our Voices. We'll see you again next week with another exciting episode. Until then, keep beautifying the world.